The first official image from Jurassic World Dominion has been shared today in an exclusive total film reveal. While we have seen some photos from the filming of the movie, and of course we recently saw the prehistoric prologue, which featured a short segment taking place during the modern day, this is the first still image from the movie, and it features both a main character and a new dinosaur. Let's take a look. Released exclusively via Total Film, Bryce Dallas Howard's character Claire Deering is seen up to her chin in swamp water and appears to be evading a dinosaur. In case you somehow didn't spot this, behind Claire is a pair of dinosaur feet and above her, large dinosaur claws. She looks on in horror and you can see a cut on her face. This certainly is a striking image and really does have that Jurassic feel to it. Let's get into the details. So the location. Where are we? Where does this take place? Immediately noticeable is the location looking a little bit like the familiar rainforest setting from the Lost World Jurassic Park, which takes place on Isla Sauna, Site B. We do not know if Dominion is headed to the island, as the movie does appear to take place exclusively on the mainland. However, Sauna is always a possibility. Earlier this year, we saw a behind-the-scenes image which depicted Chris Pratt, a newcomer to the franchise, DeWanda Wise, walking through a sauna-esque rainforest. This could very well be the same location, and perhaps the scenes even linked together. It's worth mentioning that a very large chunk of the Pacific Northwest looks like this, so this could well be mainland North America. Anyhow, Claire has somehow ended up in a swamp, and funnily enough, we very recently saw the 4th season of Camp Cretaceous, which, and spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it yet, has an episode that takes place inside a swamp biome. That too looks very much like Isla Sauna, and the location brought the first on-screen return of the Dilophosaurus, its first appearance on screen since 1993's Jurassic Park. With this location also being a swamp, and with the knowledge that the Dilophosaurus is indeed returning in Dominion, it does make us wonder if this location will also be home to this fan-favorite species. Could there be another dinosaur, or maybe even a pack of dinosaurs, just out of shot that's about to battle with the dinosaur that's above Claire? And speaking of that dinosaur, what is it? The dinosaur is a Therizinosaurus, and yes, it is a newcomer to the franchise. Introducing in Dominion next summer, the dinosaur is a very large herbivore and is known for its giant claws and long neck. It really is a strange looking dinosaur, but it's one that was never on InGen's list and was not known to roam on Isla Sauna. It has been in the franchise before, albeit only in video game form, but it was in the 1997 Game Gear video game for the Lost World Jurassic Park. It was featured in Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder and was also in the Jurassic World mobile game. While it has yet to feature in either of the Evolution video games, it is also mentioned in the database entry for the Indominus Rex, allegedly contributing some DNA. So if this dinosaur was not bred by InGen, who was it bred by? This opens up the discussion for Bioson, rivals with InGen since the very early days, and finally having an on-screen appearance in Dominion. This once bioengineering company, we can assume, are and have been breeding their own dinosaurs in their own locations across the globe. We could potentially be inside one of their biomes, or perhaps this is one of their dinosaurs out in the wild. With that in mind, we don't believe this location is Isla Sauna or even North America, but instead wherever Bioson's secret headquarters are located. With filming having taken place in Malta, it does make us wonder if Bioson are operating out of Europe. With another company breeding dinosaurs, it begs the question, will this dinosaur have feathers? With Dominion introducing new dinosaurs, feathered dinosaurs, and all sorts in between, our knowledge of the real species helps us to presume that this Therizinosaurus will have feathering that's unfortunately just hidden out of shot. Despite it being a herbivorous dinosaur, the dinosaur as it stands in this shot certainly is imposing, and those claws would be enough to terrify anyone. Just because it's a herbivore does not mean it's not dangerous, and the species would likely have heavily defended itself where necessary. The image was released as part of Total Film's 2022 Preview Edition and features an interview with director Colin Trevorrow. When talking about the film, he states that he found it hard to find reference points for the movie as it moves away from the park/island formula almost immediately. This is a rare film where it is so different from anything that I've ever seen before, I didn't know what to watch as inspiration. Honestly, we watched a lot of nature documentaries. I watched a lot of Planet Earth. this movie does rely on the animals acting and reacting in ways that feel natural. And that planet Earth feel is something that comes across so perfectly in the prehistoric prologue that recently released online. Colin goes on to say, Laura, Sam and Jeff have as much screen time in the film as Bryce and Chris do. They're not together the entire time, but we are following both of their stories equally, and you have a sense that they're going to collide at a certain point. There's this tension. It's not structured necessarily in a way that we're used to seeing our Hollywood movies structured, but it works. Don't really know what that means, but yeah. So this image is a great first release and honestly has me pretty excited to see more. The franchise is finally looking like a Jurassic Park movie and there is a lot to take in from this image alone. I can't wait to see how this scene plays out in the movie. So how do you think this scene will play out? Be sure to let us know your thoughts about this shot and of course the new dinosaur in the comments section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, 1 like equals 1 prayer, and subscribe to our channel for more Jurassic content. Don't forget to check out the Jurassic Outpost store for Jurassic themed clothing, mugs, masks and more, and check out the video description for discounts with our various partners. As always, head to JurassicOutpost.com for more news and information.